Hello everybody, and welcome back to Ace Attorney. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning, night, or in the world. And as per usual with these particular games, I'm joined by the roommate Ronan.
Hello.
And we're gonna start with a new game of the Miles Edgeworth investigation games. Which, the only one I played was actually the first one. So, I only know this game.
I know none of it.
Yes.
I didn't know this existed.
Yeah, as per usual, the Ronan has never played these games, so completely new for him.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure that the game volume isn't too bad.
Yeah, just keep an eye on the desktop audio on there. Versus ours, which actually might be too loud.
Yeah, considering
actually,
how...
give me a second. Let me see if I can fix this right off the hop.
Considering that,
Oh yeah, I mean it.
Yeah. Edgeworth's voice is a very soft one, so...
There we go.
Yeah, I've gone through some of our stuff before and I've been like, it's hard to hear what we're saying.
That should be okay.
Should be.
At least for streaming wise, I can always adjust it for the YouTubes. Arrange. Oh no, I'm doing arrange. I actually want to hear what the arrange soundtrack sounds like. Okay, dokie. So, episode 1, Turnabout Visitor. And I might have to change the camera, all depending.
Yeah.
Everything old is new, awarded. Okay, cool. March 14, 1:16 a.m.
Somewhere.
God knows where. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? Oh, it's a cutscene. The job of a prosecutor. That is the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough. But a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Of course, the first one is always, you know exactly who it is. It's this goofy dude. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be.
Okay.
Sure. March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutor building, 12th floor, hallway.
Oh my god, there's actually pixel art animation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the one game where you can actually move around and you actually have a character to move around.
Oh.
Yep. When I saw that the first time, I was like, what the fuck is this gameplay?
It's not just boop, boop,
it's not like...
boop.
Yeah, it's not like a regular, like, visual novel. It was like, oh my god, I can move Edgeworth and shit? Oh my god.
We need to obtain Gumshoe so we can have him follow us around like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. Poor workaholic.
Oh, workaholic.
Well, Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. Pretty smooth animation. Nice. The door's unlocked.
To be fair, this is updated graphics. Like, on the DS, it's pixelated, right? So this does not look like it did on the DS version.
Well, yeah, it's updated. I'm just, it's very smooth. I like it.
Yes, same.
Detective Gumshoe, here boy. Here boy, got street.
Wait a minute, I gotta check something. Oh my god, we can actually go back. Holy shit!
What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? It looked like he was annoyed, but then... Alright. What the... the meaning of this? He seems offended instead of more just shocked. But he looked down and he seemed angry, but then shocked, and then shock went to, the fuck are you doing on my floor? Spit in my beard.
Freeze! I don't know who this is.
Identify yourself.
Shut up.
No. You've got some nerve committing a murder in a prosecutor's office. Cool, dead coat. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear.
What?
No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. Specifically my office. Another office maybe.
Right.
Ah, ninja. Oh, goodness.
Oh, jeez.
My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work at as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days.
I'm debating if I should move. Because this is such a different game, I don't know if I should move it down in the corner, because the composition is different.
It's very different.
So, I might keep it in that corner. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir.
Photographing? Photography?
Whatever.
That is a word that I fuck up on sometimes. I'll be like, the photography?
No, photographing.
Yeah. It's one of those emphasis on different parts of the word very quickly change.
Yep.
Because there's photographer and then photography.
Yep.
Now I'm just thinking of all different ways it can fuck you up. Very well. Please continue your investigation. How is this? Like...
Idle animation.
Good job. Good job.
Yes, sir. He missed the coat, though. There's Gumshoe.
Ah, fuck. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? I'm gonna be talking to myself a lot.
Yep.
Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. Oh, yeah. When I heard that a murder had taken place at your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Detective Dick Gumshoe. Why do I always say Detective Dick Gumshoe? Why? This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. Seeing that same animation from the side is strange. It's the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell where they took the lines and did the exact same thing, but just turned him to the three-quarter.
Yep.
That's so bizarre. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. So bizarre. I almost went into old Gumshoe. Oh my god. Should I do that, or is there another like Von Karma type character that I might need to do? Because they get mixed up.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll keep him to the angel then, because I
had to go in my memory bank of like, is there a character that would be kind of yes, there is.
Yeah, because Edgeworth, Von Karma, and Gumshoe are too hard to balance if they get too similar with those.
Yeah, there's gonna be a dude that you're gonna have to do a particular voice that's probably gonna be. Like,
stop talking, because I know you're gonna end up saying something. Yep. You know what you're gonna do.
I don't think he shows up in this case, but yeah, just yeah. Read it.
You look a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However, the man in the corner is not. Why is my office your concern right now? There's a body!
To be fair, Miles did say that Gumshoe was cleaning his office while he was away.
So be it! I'm sorry your work got trashed, but there's a person here. Look at what they did to your office! It's totally trashed! I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. Sure. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa, sounds like you're really burned up over this whole thing. Well, there's a dead man in the corner! Yeah. This crime was committed in my office, so it's my responsibility to solve it. Sure. Oh! That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Sure. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, where's right? Crime scene.
Crime scene, my office. Is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? Yeah, the gameplay, if I remember, is very different too.
I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Right-click to access memories. I wish it were that easy. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir.
Okay, just making sure I remember how to fucking press the button. Which buttons it is on the controller.
We have a very pretty badge. I said this. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? That's a possibility, but sure. No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office?
For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it.
What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic?
Oh, Gumshoe.
By finding the connection between two pieces of information. That's smarmy, like... Are you joking?
Yeah.
And connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic.
It's showing you how to play the fucking game.
So how do you use it? First, I recall the
It's showing me how to
How
play
does
the
logic work? I recall the information we've gathered with L, and then I connect them together with X. Different neural pathways in this big brain of mine. Help me recall these memories with the L button. Now use L and recall the facts. I love that! There's a connection! Logic!
Doing things my way avoided.
For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence.
Gotta love when the game always has to show you how to play the game, and it's like...
It's when it's used...
When it's used in a context like this, it sounds ridiculous, like how
when
they
it
change
is
shit.
spoken and explained with the L button.
Right. No, it is kind of blocking him. Whoop. I guess I'll do this. Yeah. And then I just need to do the flippies. 10 minutes, guys.
We're looking in the wrong direction.
Yes. Which is why I need to do...
A horizontal swap.
Yes.
Transform.
Flip horizontally. There we go. Haha.
Complete.
That's the one thing about these games is like, especially since this is a new one, I'm like, where the fuck do I put the webcam? Right in the corner. Alright.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room.
Really? Okay, so I'm not gonna win with figuring. Okay, a minute.
And we can't even put it in the center at the top because his head's there now.
A minute. I gotta
resize.
I gotta resize it. I'm gonna keep it in that corner. I'm gonna resize it. I just gotta make sure I don't lose the typical pixel shit.
New game, who dis?
Yes. Ace Attorney, just in case. I have to do this with Hall of Justice. Because God knows. Okay, how about Shrinky so? Oh God.
We'd be quite small.
Maybe. It's so hard.
We'll essentially cut off his hair.
This? Because, like, I can't really put it there. Sorry, guys, I'm moving my camera around because it still blocks shit. Here, at least a little bit smaller. Blocks a little bit of his head when he moves this way, I guess. It's like, god damn it. Or do I move it there?
Well, click a button so he'll move eventually.
At least you see his face. If I move it here.
Yeah, that'll just cut off whoever he's speaking to.
Yeah, I think I'll keep it there, just smaller. So I will put it as 20, 28 by 1141. Oh, that was just pixel position. Okay. I'll fix it for a second. Oh yeah, I do have to flip this back.
Figuring out new games.
Yep. Horizontal. There we go. Alright. Fuck it.
You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. Fuck you.
I'll have to fix it. I can put like Control Z to like put it back to what it used to be before, so it's not too bad.
However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. That's his, what's it called? What's that? Excuse it. Log your medications. I did, bitch.
Bitch!
I don't need your notifications. Move! Clock. Everyone shut the fuck up. And sound. Silent. Off. Because my phone is broken as hell. If I do not individually shut off every alarm. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, I almost said piercing.
I almost thought that too. And I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Why is Gumshoe so fucking adorable in, like, this pixelated art? I don't know what it is, but he's just kind of like... He's like a French bulldog.
Yeah. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202.
Bro, if you put fucking years on him, someone literally just be like, alright, come with me. He just follow you home.
Yeah.
The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply use A when I'm next to it.
I have to do that now just to fucking get to the rhythm of fucking talking.
I'm making fun of it! It's silly!
Sheesh.
Oh, if you ever feel lost and just want to talk, just use X, okay? Come talk to me, Edgeworth. I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Okay. Something to try later. If I have free time, I suppose. Maybe I'll come talk to you. In a moment, we need to see that run cycle again because that looked very amusing to me.
Yeah.
What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If it's a gun that wasn't there prior.
More than likely.
If so, it would mean the killer made their escape after disposing of the gun here.
Really? You're going... I can't win!
No.
Fuck you, I guess! I'm keeping the webcam there. I don't give a shit anymore.
It doesn't matter if it's any corner, bottom, of center, top, it doesn't matter. This game has something in every part.
The only thing I can think of is to put it, like, right there.
Yeah, and that might cover up, like, evidence or something in a scene.
Yeah, it's gonna stay in the corner. Sorry, guys. I can't fucking win.
No. It only cuts off a little bit, and we're speaking anyway, so we'll be reading these things to people.
Yep. Sack it.
Oh, I'm not used to being to not seeing the... I still thought it was Edgeworth because I couldn't see the thing under it. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? I still love the Steel Samurai stuff is in the back.
Yep.
Oh, I know! It was issued the exact same I was issued the exact same model, I think.
What do you mean?
Why do you not know the model of your gun?
Especially your police-issued gun. Like, what?
What are you Registry. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. Sure.
Wait, do you not have your gun on you, detective?
They're dangerous, but they're even more dangerous if you don't know what the fuck you're doing! But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir.
Again, does he not have his police-issued gun?
I don't know. If this is your fucking gun, because you couldn't monitor it and remember what was your gun, I'm going to be very mad at you. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it.
Okay, so he probably has it, he never uses it. Good.
So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct's detectives.
I'm not gonna read it again. It's pretty much it says the exact same thing. So fuck it. Want to see the run now?
Care to press L and see if anything connects.
This is the run.
He runs forward. Like, straight forward. The run. Love that. Something about the what's it called? Neckerchief and the high fists. This amuses me greatly. Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up and ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. Why is that so adorable? I had no idea you were interested in chess. He's not. He's interested in playing around. That sounds wrong. In playing a game with you. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside for after we solve this case. I need cute art at the end of this of them playing a game of chess now. You know, at the end of all the rest of them, we get a cute image of things resolving. I need that.
Just...
Don't you be like, how the fuck does this work?
Head scratching and just like,
Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. They finished... I almost did the exact same thing. Photographing.
Photographing.
Yeah. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest and... I keep thinking I have to check. Gumshoe wouldn't say this. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I mean, he probably would. I wish they were different coloured text or something. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. You can just say his abdomen.
Or his stomach.
That's even... That's an organ. Abdomen is the entire thing.
Whatever.
It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area. Stomach's up near your fucking... Fuck you. Stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Well, you can check if there's an exit wound and, like, see the damage inside and stuff. Alright. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene.
Bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 a.m.
Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. He reminds me of Kimberly.
Who, Edgeworth?
Yeah, this particular drawing of him. You remember the original Full Metal Alchemist anime?
Yep.
He looks like Kimberly. He has the smile.
Oh, you're right, actually. Like, even in Brotherhood, it was similar smile.
The fuck? Kimberly in fancy clothes. Alright, if you say so. I keep all evidence I find either in or with my organizer. Okay. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have... Brain! When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press R to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. Man, the meds are wearing off badly. We'll get through it!
Yep.
It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Hint, hint, player.
Right. I'm gonna do something real quick.
What are you going to do?
Just checking...
Window text transparency.
Okay, no, I high. If I could remove it, I would, but unfortunately I cannot. I'm not doing auto reader because that's... Oh, okay.
Oh well. What do we have here? I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. Hey, I think I've seen one of those before. These before. It's a it's a police badge, detective. Oh hey, I have the exact same thing actually. What a coinky dink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith! I love that.
Mr. Buddy Faith.
Oh, Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you. I seem to have got... Burps. I need to not eat when we do before streaming. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. It's time to logic! Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Let's do the logic thing.
The revolver is probably the victim's. Because we still don't know why what the killer's actual goal is.
No yawns. Go away. The revolver... Yeah? The revolver. The standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it right... On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal! Let's see. What do we got here? Ah, it's similar to... The fuck was it? Broken Sword. Remember?
Which... What do you mean?
Investigating the bodies and shit.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. Well, then we can check things. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to...
He's left-handed.
I was like, the fuck are you doing?
Figure out... I was like, it's not on the right... It's not for a right-hander, it's for a left-hander.
Yes. That our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him.
It can be assumed that this gun is the murder weapon. It was issued to the victim.
Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver.
Oh, we're gonna do some fingerprints?
Fuck yawning! Let me talk. Brain, let me talk. Let me guess, this is a Colt.
It's a little bit small for a Colt revolver, but sure.
But why does it have a fucking horse on it?
I don't know!
I don't know! As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence.
Like,
Very true.
This looks more like a snub nose than a fucking Colt revolver.
I don't know jack shit about, like, small guns like that. All I know is there's a horse on it.
The only reason why I know is because the gun's, like, barrel is shorter.
Yeah.
Which is a snub nose.
I have no clue about different types of handguns. I know rifles and shotguns. You can use...
You can use the R stick to rotate an
I was
object.
just giggling at the fact that I was speaking in Edgeworth's voice, and then I suddenly was like, wait, right, I didn't have to do an accent there.
Nope, well, kind of.
But I was talking to you, I don't know why I was using Edgeworth's voice. You can use R to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. In this case, there is. There's always a bad angle with a gun.
Ah.
There's no such thing as a bad angle. Really? Use L and R to zoom in and zoom in and out and get at the nitty-gritty.
Check.
It looks like only one round was fired from this.
Huh.
Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yeah, something's off right off the bat.
We have no proof for now, but that's a distinct possibility. The victim's badge. It probably fell out of his pocket during the struggle. Well, I always take extra
Not
care.
that, it's good, sure.
Fuck. Well, I always take extra care to make sure mine doesn't fall out of my pocket, sir. How many things did you lose during the last games? His identification. What else was it? It was his... I believe it was his wallet, or it was his phone.
He lost his wallet at some point.
Oh? I always have it down the bottom of my super deep pockets, without fail.
Well, he does have a trench coat.
It is possible that he has never taken his tattered coat to the... Oh, is it possible that he's never taken his tattered coat to the cleaners? Maybe if you paid him more, he could afford to.
He doesn't get paid by the prosecutors.
If he was paid more.
Yes.
He's never paid enough.
No.
Poor thing. Let's give the body a once-over. I don't know why that was so droll.
I don't know.
There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. It's the same thing. In other words, he was shot. And we won't know anything until the autopsy's done.
Huh. It's interesting because it didn't have that check mark you see there, which means like we've gone over this evidence already. Which honestly is probably like a really good addition to a lot of these games. Because sometimes you forget, it's like, did I click on this? No, yes, maybe.
Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell out during the struggle between the victim and his killer. I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. Fucking house husband. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. Nah, it was clean. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. That's when you say thank you! Does he have a life? Woo! The whole... Having a life means having social structure.
Yeah.
If taking care of your office makes him happy and bonds you further, stop being an ass. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should end the body. We should send the body to autopsy.
Jim! I'll do this voice. I've already done his voice when we started, so... Why? Oh, why? How could this have happened to a guy like you?
Hello? Are you alright?
Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be!
Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. Are you excited? Oh, he's making a nest.
The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night.
Well, he's not. Sure. Just in a blood-stained suit, pal.
Where are my manners?
Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes I am. I'm Jacques Portman, prosecutor. Portsman? Jacques Portsman.
Yep.
Okay. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting.
Okay. I'm Miles Edgeworth. And I like you!
And like you.
Oh, I said, and I was like, I thought he was saying he already liked his vibe or something. I was like,
Eh? No.
and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office?
Yes, that's correct.
Then it was you! You're the one that killed Jim!
Guard dog. Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not! I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door.
Ah, good lord. That's correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Ed. I keep wanting to go to Old Gumshoe, but there's more voices that will counter that.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me! Gumshoe! Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means.
So it was you then! You're Jim's killer!
No way, pal, you got it all wrong! Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Alright, I get the point.
Shut the fuck up.
You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You don't fucking say. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth.
By not freaking out?
I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor.
Sure.
You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay?
I was never attacking.
Now how about a handshake to seal the deal? No.
A pleasure to work with you.
You guys are conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all.
Yes, it is. You're a strange man. I already know it's you, but like... Good God.
Yep.
Thank you, I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! Okay!
You from across the room, get over here and high-five me!
Yeah! I was like, alright.
That was a JoJo high five. That was just brothers.
Well, it's like, actually, no, it's actually based on an old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and I don't remember which one, where he and his buddy just go whoosh, and it's just like a fucking close-up of like their bicep and them doing this, and then flexing at the same time, like doing this. I'm like,
Oh, that's the meme where everyone tries to say like they'll just compare like
it's
similar
like
groups.
one side, another side,
But the similarity.
One side they agree on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where the initial picture came from, is from an old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and I don't remember which one.
That's funny.
Yeah. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim.
A video?
He's taking pictures.
Oh, on film. Yes.
Film.
I haven't heard that the term
Film.
used in anything other than
video. Yeah.
in so long. But I
know.
used to have the little hand crank ones.
Yep.
Fuck's sake.
So did I.
I should probably give them some space.
Especially, like, I used to go to camp and we used to buy the disposable ones.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
The little I used to get them and then have them done at Walmart.
Yeah.
We just sit there for 30 minutes waiting for them. And then half of them don't work out and you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Teacup. Oh, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. That killer is going to pay. This. He's like me with my very. I want to get the fancy tea sets.
He has a very fancy one too.
Leave my tea set alone. This tea set. Yikes! You're really mad over this. That shit's expensive. This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It cost more. Well, that's not saying much. It cost more than your whole month's paycheck. What is that stance? Exactly.
I love this.
What? Now I feel like the killer just wasted one of my monthly paychecks. They did. At least.
Look at all the tea underneath. So much teas, different teas.
I need to get all of my tea back. I still have a drawer full of it.
Yep.
It's still at my aunt's.
They might not be good anymore.
I don't care. There was a really good one called R2T2. Yes, it's a nerdy tea. It was blueberry. I miss it. I need to buy more. Yes, because it is probably disgusting now. Has no flavour whatsoever.
Yeah. Gumshoe.
Oh, it's your trophy. The, King of...
No.
Not King. The Knight of Prosecutors, right? King. King of Prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. They only send this to the winning prosecutors, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that's something only I can determine for myself. Fair enough. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that. Good luck if you can remember it. Try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, if you're only talking about monetary worth, that's differently. That's measurable. His monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Jump out the window. Fuck you. Gumshoe is best boy. Ah. Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about? Steel samurai. Samurai made of steel fighting things. Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of... it's been so long since we've seen this.
I know.
Good God, how long were we playing that game? Years. It was like 3 years?
Something like that, if not more.
Ugh. Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well.
So Power Rangers.
Pretty much. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai. Along with... oh my god, my brain is shutting off! Along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show gives it presence. God. You know, that's not what he's saying. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much.
To be fair, I think he was a prosecutor for the investigation with Powers.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably started from there.
And that conversation lasted longer than I expected. Let us return to the investigation.
Alright, these flowers.
This is yet another batch of fresh flowers. The ones that that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yup.
Guess who it is?
I'm guessing it's the old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. Oh, Miss Irony. How painful are thy thorns. Wendy? Isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stalks? That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. My poor coat.
Yep, his debut coat from the third game.
Your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? Well, if you'd look at it for a second longer, you'll see there's a fucking bullet. Or a bullet hole. Ah!
At least it missed the actual coat, though.
Yeah. The frame can be replaced. It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket? Well, no, it didn't hit my jacket. Shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? For a second, I thought he was trying to say he made the jacket. I was like, I mean, skills. What if they had shot right through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not where there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective. Well, considering he's not acknowledging it, probably. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really?
Why, yes.
Did I say contradict? Yeah, I did say that. Okay. I have to stop and be like, am I reading this right? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. Like anyone! First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. Yes, it's Edgeworth. I wish they had different colours over the names!
Yeah.
This is it. This bullet hole is where the contradiction lies.
Or at least a different, like, color for, like, this.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were talking about the actual lettering.
No, the different colour over the name.
Okay, yeah.
When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press X with conviction.
With conviction!
And when I've found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. Capital P, I present it! This is how I do things. A mile is
Eureka! We're not in the courtroom.
Love it.
It's not an objection.
Oh god. This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary, my dear Gumshoe. 2 shots were fired from this room. In this room. Why did I see that incorrectly? I cannot wait until we increase my ADHD medication. This is horrible.
Yeah.
The first failed victim.
Felled the victim.
Whoa.
Felled the victim.
The first felled the victim. He's specifically referencing the bullet.
Yes.
My god. I thought he was trying to talk about the man. I was like, are you saying there was another? And the second felled this frame, sparing my jacket. Hey, that's right. I may need you to temporarily take over Gumshoe for this one because swapping between them when my maids?
Your meds?
While my maids are out of my brains.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will try.
Doesn't need to be, like, a good voice or anything. Just take over talking for him because swapping between while swapping the way they speak is very difficult when my ADHD meds are fucked.
Yeah.
However, this gun was fired once. Was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too.
Which means that one of these two bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight?
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes.
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
It sounds like your what's his name? Benjamin, who had the puppet.
Oh, Trillo.
Yes.
Ben and Trillo. Yeah.
Yes, sounds like your...
What you doing?
Yeah, it's your Trillo voice. Oh, that. It's a no longer secret safe.
A secret safe? Oh god.
The fuck is that?
A secret safe? Oh, I smell money.
I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside.
No.
Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way.
I think Gumshoe's just gonna be Trillo for a bit.
That's fine.
Roger that.
It's better than me tripping over both of them.
Achoo, achoo! Talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
Someone tried.
I had no idea there was a safe here. I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
You're not supposed to. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important information when...
Evidence.
When a trial is in session.
That's it? How about squashing my hopes and dreams?
I already told you there was no money in it.
Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Trial evidence usage.
Why are we not able to speak today?
I don't know.
It's
we haven't.
Edgeworth has such a specific way of speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But so does Gumshoe.
Yes.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Well, first of all, this big ol' clear space.
Now this is odd.
You found something, sir?
A burp.
A burp. Just a burp, Gumshoe.
It just wafts away with a little face on it. This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? As if someone wiped their fingerprints away.
Right.
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself.
Oh my goodness! Oh, it's not even that late, it's 7:09.
Yep.
You there, forensic scientist.
Yes, sir.
Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was all wiped down well.
As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with information we have.
Play connect the dots, babes.
I don't care anymore. My brain is just slowly turning to mush.
Logic. Okay. Whatever they were after was. Wait. Fingerprints are wiped.
I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. I almost said murder weapon was. I think we know!
Yep.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal at least attempted to open my safe. Making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about. In other words, click R again.
Right.
Can tell me about this crime.
So.
There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor, are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Find something, sir?
My mouth just.
He is a lot.
Yep.
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelf files like you've never seen them before. Even in a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try.
Why do all the good ones die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
Get the fuck out of my way.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And? So what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
You're a prosecutor! What the fuck do you think? Good God! First we calmly restore the files to the rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help.
No.
So, this file goes here, and that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one that kept it tidy, pal. Okay? Done.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
Ugh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf.
Then the guy fell onto the floor, right? Blood on the floor kinda grosses me out.
We just got detective. Detective, I don't have time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
Aw. You know I'm not good with blood, sir.
You're a detective.
I think at this point, considering how long he's been a detective, he would have gotten used to it, but whatever.
Why did you become a detective if you have a weak stomach when it comes to blood? Hemophobia doesn't go well in this occupation. Did I say hemophilia or hemophobia?
Hemophobia.
Okay. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture.
Yep. The bullet hole is very low.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? It could be in the future, so you should mark it down regardless. Eureka! Eureka!
Eureka!
There is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
And that means... wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position?
The only thing that makes sense. The order of the files.
I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the label on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah. You see, there are the files that were shot begin with the number 0. What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime was committed. When the crime occurred. Blah.
Boy.
Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Ta-da!
Do you think it's okay to just prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved?
They've finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe, hoist up the dead body.
Oh no, I'm just gonna make him sit.
As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Was that...
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Oh, it was Gumshoe.
Why did... I thought it said Edgeworth.
Nope.
And then they put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
I did find that the cadence was off for him.
Yep.
Or speech pattern, whatever, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim.
Why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was... is as it was at the time of murder. At the time of the murder, period. Time to give it another look. I wonder if the transparency is messing with me.
You want me to try and make it thicker?
We can see if that helps. If not, then it's just my brain and off meds.
I'll do with none.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh! I didn't even... I hadn't looked over there.
Yeah.
This? What the fuck?
What is that?
Your fucking name, you tell
Why
me.
does it say Gumshoe on there in blood?
I'd say that's
No, that's Portman.
Ah!
I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir.
Why's your name on this? I don't know why I've suddenly gone to Yorkshire. It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after?
Stolen file was jotted down in my organizer. One of the files that were written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Investigation complete.
Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end.
Shut up.
And this is the most important message meant to reach us. I'm telling ya, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party.
Someone writing something down doesn't mean...
Do you know how many times Maya's name got written down and it wasn't her? Fuck's sakes.
If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Back off my dog!
Right?
Jim's words. They're more than enough, wouldn't you say?
Not in the least. Not in the least, you dimwit! If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it.
I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw in his logic, waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna say, what do you think I'm gonna do? What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw. I will expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. I will expose the flaw.
Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
Might as well. Alright. First... Oh, this is for us! Fuck!
Yes!
Damn it! Should have said no. Alright. First I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with R and present the piece of contradictory evidence.
Yeah, this is probably like the one thing that hasn't really changed. There's just no judge. Because there's no courtroom in this game.
Ah, I thought it was still something we brought to court.
No.
Ah.
Investigation is just like investigated. Like, it's essentially...
Investigation is just investigation.
Yeah, it's just everything that you would do before courtroom, like trying to figure out what the fuck happened, you're just doing that. And also figuring out, like, who to, like, arrest. But it doesn't go past, like, the arresting point.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about the second game, but the first game, that's what it is.
To present something, I simply use X, but that's old news.
That it is.
But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right?
Correct. And those times I need to press the witness with L. For lie. Sometimes by pressing I can draw out new information, and new or modified testimony.
I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations too.
Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully.
It's only like, it's not even 7:30 yet.
I know. We started this at 6?
Yeah. Started it at 6. Mr. Portman's
Yeah, 'cause
logic.
you took the garbage out early.
Yep. Because I could not be bothered.
Fair.
Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Why would he need to? Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice.
You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer?
I can hear Jim's voice. He's calling for his killer's arrest.
I'm pretty sure you're projecting. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There is no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence.
Alright, I already know what it is. Solving gun from him, messed up the files to make it look like it committed the theft instead. That's when you moved his body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody... Yeah, okay. So. Press present.
Objection!
Objection awarded!
Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic.
Bringing a bit of courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game.
I can't help but find it odd.
Excuse me?
Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it.
If you have time to laugh, then you have the time. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible.
What's impossible, Mr. Portsman?
Nothing.
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines.
Objection!
It's possible they could have taken the file before committing the murder.
I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name, where the... Oh my god! The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof. I feel like there should be a comma, but I'm not sure. That's right, I'll back him up!
Yeah, I mean, the S is gone, and there's only half of an H.
If Detective Gumho was really the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
Gah!
What the fuck was that? This is like early Naruto manga.
Kinda, yeah.
Something about that expression.
Which means, what does that make this dying message?
Actually, I gotta check to see when this game came out. I don't remember.
It makes it the work of, well, whether it's Naruto or anything else, like, art is something that we just... What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. There is a word.
There is a word. It came out in 2009 in Japan.
Mm.
And I think that was around the time that Naruto was at its height, wasn't it?
Not when it first came out.
Oh, no, it was...
It takes time for it to build up popularity, and
When did Naruto come out? Early 2000s or mid 2000s?
I cannot remember. But there's a word that I'm looking for.
Inspiration?
We'll go with that. It's not the word, but it's close enough, and it means the same shit.
Yep.
All art is inspired by other art, so I wouldn't be surprised if one led to, like, there's so many things in the way I draw that were inspired by many other artists.
Yeah.
So you can identify one thing about my art and be like, oh, that's a Disney thing. I'll be like, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Naruto thing. Probably. That's a Sailor Moon thing. Most likely.
Yeah. Actually, Shippuden might have been popular in 2009, now that I think about it. So I think Naruto was like early mid 2000s.
Yeah, it was 'cause I know it started kicking up popularity when I was in high school as well.
Yeah, I was like 9th, 10th grade. Anyways.
Yeah. Old anime! It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. Hello.
Hi, Bubba.
What you doing?
That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
This really is just Kimberly and his dog. Well, Mr. Portsman.
Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes. I'm glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edge just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
I forgot he does this.
That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge you're innocent.
Then why do I sense that you still have something to say?
Yeah.
Oh, Frumpkin's clawing under the door.
Ah.
So Nix is confused.
Yeah, he does that. Make up your fucking mind!
He's me on a warm day. I
I'm
need a shirt.
warm,
No, I
am I
don't.
not? Nah, not yet, no. Well, I was thinking, did you know there is one other way? There is one other person with a key to this office? No!
One other person?
Hey, you there.
Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
A lady.
The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as material witness.
Oh, fuck! I remember.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't!
What's wrong with him all of a sudden?
Fuck. I forgot she's in this game.
I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird as a member of security.
Oh god, a minute.
You see how difficult it is going from Gumshoe, though? He's just so bombastic that it's like,
Yeah.
where do I start with the other voice?
Detective Gumshoe, sir? Maggie.
That was the other guy.
I know. I realized.
Something about doing these voices is so overwhelming.
Mind you, I typically don't do gumshoes. I'm like,
I know. He is something about his energy is very different.
Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight.
I see. And your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
what?
What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room.
I forgot how to do her voice.
No, that was right.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
Do you want to do gumshoe again?
Yes.
Because I have like way too many voices now.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. Of course, that's why you brought her here.
Well, yeah.
It was me. That's right, I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Okay. I was like,
You had it.
Please refrain from flying off the handle, detective. There's no need for such theatrics. You as well.
Listen to your boss, detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason.
Oh yeah? What is this reason? Reason for suspicion.
It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
So, you're saying she used the master key?
Master key jotted down the organizer. This can open every office door. Its use is controlled by security staff.
Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
Oh, vacuum. That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then. This is now. The flow.
I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah.
The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me.
Is he like a douche bro tennis dude?
I think so.
Which would make so much sense for a stupid hairstyle. Because he just has the band and goes whoop, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird, I keep seeing Bride, who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him.
We're gonna press everything.
Because I don't know which one it is. Snuck into your room using the master key.
Hold it!
Your voice sounds so strange in this.
Yeah.
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Maggie and Douche Bro remind me of a mix of old Naruto and Bleach manga. Because a lot of her face is reminding me of some of the female characters. But when he does some of the alternative poses there, it reminds me a lot of different stuff from Bleach.
Yeah.
Basically, yay! Old art styles bringing me back.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to. What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
So would I.
But you can't trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time.
Yes, we should just stop asking anyone but you questions, you dumb fucking...
Idiot.
Smack you with one of the books.
And he has a lot of fat books too.
Yeah, just
Fucking encyclopedia almost size. Go punk.
dodgeball time.
Right.
Dodge book.
If you can dodge a book, you can dodge a ball.
I miss dodgeball.
Yeah.
Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies.
Fuck your opinion then. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As,
It wasn't where the fuck it was supposed to be!
as in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you?
Can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words.
I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Which is very true. Her track record. Everyone always steals her shit when she loses shit.
Yeah, pal. Trust me. You don't want to test just how bad her luck is.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
Poor Gumshoe.
You're like, never mind the wording. Poor Gumshoe.
Help my crush. But you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft?
The fuck would she have to steal in here, bitch?
I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelf and at least tried the safe.
Ugh, I hate you.
Except you just did a contradictory.
It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all of the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. Sure. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own.
Her intent for messing up shelves and wiping down the safe by safe thievery. Present the evidence. Which is only prosecutors know.
Objection!
Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something?
Why not? It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyways.
I need to draw after this. This is just attacking the artistic side of my brain. Every time he opens his fucking coat and his mouth goes flat like a line, I'm immediately drawn back to the, like, chibi-fied versions of the Bleach characters in the early episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have drawn so much Grimjow over the span of my life, but I haven't done that in, like, 10 years. So now I'm seeing this, I'm like, I want to draw every 90s and early 2000s anime. Brain, reel it in. That may be. But you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. It was a secret safe. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Those are the eyes! That's the nose, that's the mouth. I know this... Oh, it's clicking so many things in my brain. I know this may not mean anything to anyone who doesn't draw or who is not neurodivergent. This is activating like an entire chunk of my brain right now telling me to go draw until 6 a.m. Basically for approximately 12 hours. I need sleep.
Yep.
I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan.
But she could have found out by accident while she was turning everything else upside down.
I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for.
Excuse.
After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Don't do that. That's another thing I have to go back for. My martial arts medals.
Oh, yeah.
I have a gold medal sitting far up there. Jeez. Why the fuck? Do you ever wonder why you don't feel like you've achieved much in life? Maybe your achievements are not with you. I forgot I was doing him. Fuck. Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor?
Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Curses.
A minute.
Curses. Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault.
What do you mean? Care to enlighten me?
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes.
What did you just say? How could you?
We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. Fill them in on the secret safes.
Why would you...
The whole point of those safes is to keep evidence secret while in the middle of a court investigation.
He's a dumbass. I think we just have to accept it.
Well, he's also a lying, hands on fire bitch.
Yeah, but that... We knew that from the beginning. Then that means...
Yeah, I know. I only just told him, too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief.
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird?
Excuse me?
She didn't shoot anyone!
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even if in your risky profession.
I'm gonna string you up. I shouldn't say that. I was trying to be gumshoe being protective, but I was like...
Up by your toad.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm like, Twitch is watching. I should be careful. I was gonna just be gumshoe defending her, but I was like, things are a little heated right now in the political world. I don't want anyone to take things incorrectly. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No.
How about I didn't
couldn't.
fucking shoot anyone?
I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say?
Then who the fuck
Put the master key back.
It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him.
Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense.
As long as you're counting yourself out, yes.
Right.
Has he no honor?
No.
Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
Excuse you?
It's my office!
Also, he's in charge?
You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office.
But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects of varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show.
You are a suspect as... What? I hate him. I hate him.
Yep.
Listen, pal. I don't know how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe. Calm yourself. I'm so entertained. It's such a nice fluid movement.
Yeah.
I love the idea of him just having to be like, now, sit down. That's not nice.
Right.
But sir, we've no choice but to accommodate his request for now.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands.
Shut the fuck up.
Now then, if you could remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again.
If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear?
We're still early. We can continue. Oh, this is autosave. Okay.
Well,
March 14th, 4:18 a.m. Prosecutor Building, 18th floor hallway.
Brain, you can do it.
Can do it, brain.
What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. I need to burp, but I can't.
Would you like some water?
I'm good.
Okay.
I couldn't get to a certain note because I had to burp, but I couldn't burp because I was speaking. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I don't know why I made him extra sassy there. Please maintain yourself. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. Solid evidence is my fist.
But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
True. So then, what now?
It looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch.
Do not despair, Miss Bird. Mr. Hero. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. The animations are so fun.
It's so good. I'm so happy with the new animations.
Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is... In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information. Regarding the mystery surrounding my door...
Alright. First of all... we're not gonna bother.
He says the exact same
He's gonna
thing.
say that a lot.
I was about to read it, but then I was like, how many times have we seen this? Oh, it's the half H.
Yep.
You can be Gumshoe again. You're no longer Gumho. It's... isn't that the missing, 0 series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So, what are these 0 files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, then. Or whatever. Close enough.
Yeah.
Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However... I just said court kiss files because I was so overwhelmed. Court kiss files.
I thought you said case, but okay.
Basically, my enunciation when I'm trying to think and... When I read, I assess the entire sentence first,
Yeah.
but then I make connections to things.
Yeah.
So my brain wanders. And so it takes extra effort just to read it out loud. But that means I come up with ridiculous things and don't pronounce things properly.
Yeah.
The cases with these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor, They used to occupy... Oh, right. High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. Ow.
Oh my god.
What in God's name? And fuck you, Pain.
You noticed him.
What's a basketball doing here? Why is there a fucking hoop? That's Mr. Portsman's... Why? Prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
Well, the tennis thing, I was right. I didn't even realize I was right, honestly. It's been a while.
And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. I mean, an argument could be made for tennis.
Play table tennis, maybe. Edgeworth.
We just did this.
Nope, this is a basketball hoop, not the ball.
For the same reason. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this just used to... Wah. Didn't this used to be just outside next to the... There should be a fuck you. Fucking with me already. There should be a comma there. Next to the building a long time ago. So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor?
Oof!
This office.
My nose, I don't wanna sneeze. I sound like robotic angel dust.
Ugh. 1203, 1203. Hey Maggie, whose room is this again?
It's Mr. Portman, sir.
So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved in while I was away overseas. It's not with me. Why does it go under? Fuck! I know why it goes under. It's helpful, but not for me.
Yeah.
Is everything alright?
Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds.
That's not even close to anything I was asking, but good job. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway and this room.
Oh, everything's okay, sir.
Right. A word of advice, stay focused, or you may start to lose even more weight. The fuck do you want?
It looks like you're in quite a pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste.
Sounds like a messy case you got in your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door's always open.
Get the fuck out. I love the idea of him bowing while saying get the fuck out. How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again?
Alright, talking to Maggie.
Alright, I can just randomly speak to people like a person. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case.
I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream! A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth!
Okay.
Yep.
May need to reevaluate your priorities. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. Then why not make that the first thing you ask and not... Alright. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with X.
must go with the victim.
Have you ever met the victim before?
Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portman, sir.
That sounds like fun. Just once, I'd love to play with them.
It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir.
On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with them.
Maggie.
This layout is so bizarre to my brain.
I know.
Miss Maggie Bird, correct? Even though we've established that multiple times, but sure. I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective?
Right, he's actually never really met her before. Because she shows up in the second game. Where he's not a prosecutor.
She was under my supervision back when she was still on the floor, sir. Floor? Force!
Not the floor!
I was thinking of a different floor of the freaking place.
Yeah.
One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to walk out for the night.
Hence why she's not in uniform.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct?
Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures.
Here we go again.
Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced all kinds of natural disasters, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I become a security guard.
For the second time!
Okay. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know! And just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
This is how people get CPTSD.
CPTSD?
Complex PTSD.
Okay.
Multiple things lead up to a brain that is very, very overwhelmed. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird. Nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is your cooperation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help.
Alright. And talk about the key.
So when did you discover that the master key was missing?
By the time I realized, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. I was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room reception window was. But I'm sure that between those times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir.
We should connect some evidence. Sorry, some logic.
Yes.
Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place?
Ah, but it's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window.
Always, you say? Except for this time, correct?
Well, I admit it was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left sitting it on the ledge.
She used the master key.
Let's talk about you using the key.
What did you mean by use the master key?
Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah!
What is it?
That's right! I just remembered! The prosecutor who forgot his key... It was Mr. Portman, sir!
How did you just remember this?
Panic.
Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly.
Forgetful Mr. Portsmouth.
was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portman's had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir.
And that's when you loaned the master key to him?
No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see. And then? What happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come close his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think.
So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Not yet. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portman's door. Blah 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 blah. Nooks and crannies and shit. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office?
Yeah, you can't mistake it. Because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, it reminds me, Mr. Portman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
Why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday on his December 2nd.
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting my time thinking about this?
Check the doorknob.
The door is locked tight. I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor detective. These doors should be... would be pretty ineffective. Yeah, the doors would be pretty ineffective if the average... Oh, yes, I see.
Yeah.
If the average cat burglar could get through them. Brain, you can do it!
You can do it.
Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who the culprit is.
Yes, it's Mask the Mask.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from?
That's good. I'm trying to go quickly through this because it's just like whatever.
Okay. You will be fed soon. Why are we not reading these? What?
Never mind.
Are we reading them or not?
This one, yes.
Why did we skip the door?
I don't know, man.
It was saying something about Mr. Payne.
Yeah, I saw that. Anyways.
Open up the thing and we can check what the information was.
Seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne, I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Oh, he thinks Mr. Payne is a janitor.
It's Mr. Portsman's...
Nope.
Bah, it's Gumshoe.
Yep.
It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe he puts... No! Fucking... Swap.
Edgeworth.
I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and yet you still manage to get lost? I feel like this every time we drive to Eric's. Both you and Nat either stop right before or go into the frickin' thing after. You've both driven past his home like 3 times.
Last time was because I actually had to turn around, so...
Yes, I'm saying you both do this multiple times and it amuses me.
Alright, so I don't want to do this.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
My logics.
Master key was stolen. Was missing from 1 till 2:30. Oh, there's a logic gap here. Something does not click. You somehow locked it at 1:30 when you still didn't have it.
Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir.
You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow. Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro.
Thanks. Care to explain it?
I had totally forgotten about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now.
Great.
You're right. It was around that very time that I realized that the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
I couldn't just own up and let people know that an important piece of equipment was lost. I had to pretend things were safe. No, bad, Maggie. You pretended.
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Except it is locked. The door is locked tight. Yeah, we already read this.
Care to explain this, Maggie?
I guess I'm checking my door.
Same thing, minimalist yet classy door.
Also big by force.
Stately.
Is this...
Point traits. Alright.
Okay.
1202. These four numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. My brain is shutting down.
Yeah.
Whoops. Hey, these number plates slide right slide right out, sir. They have to be able to take the plate off when a room number becomes vacant, you know. Although the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of...
Okay. Talk to her again.
I had to look up Mr. Portman's office for him a number of times before. I've also had the chance to see the inside of his office on a number of occasions, too. He's got shelves upon shelves of sports memorabilia, trophies, awards in it, to the point where it's almost beyond gaudy, sir. But maybe I just feel that way because I'm jealous since I don't have even a single one.
Don't say that, Maggie. I'll make a special Guard of the Month award just for you.
Thanks for trying, but I've already got a mountain of consolation prizes, sir. They're proof of just how unbelievably unlucky my life has been. But getting an award from you just isn't the same as getting a real award, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Gumshoe.
Poor Gumshoe. Okay. still something there.
Never hurts to take another look. Well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. Stitching is an excellent luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. I know it was gumshoe, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sleep behind detective in a hallway. Whenever I do, I wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. Always ends the same way, me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Oh. Maybe I should try sometime to envision myself winning naturally.
Trying to remember.
Should have had more tea.
I might have to present profiles if I can. Nope, I can't present profiles right now. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I can still check something here. Oh. Fuck you, I guess.
I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard...
No, that's gumshoe.
Ah! And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently, the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Okay.
Got everything there, got everything there, got everything there.
Oh.
Still something there?
Give us all the check marks.
Oh, 4?
I bet the thief's not under here. I guess there isn't enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway.
Gumshoe.
I don't care.
That's fine.
I mean, if someone could contort themselves to fit, I'd really be impressed. Sounds to me like someone's already tried it at least once before.
That's it. That's all checked. That's all checked.
Maggie. You said something that contradicts this. Why are we not able to speak? Maybe check options or something once we're out of this?
Well, options is just the option menu. Guess we'll try this and this. Doesn't make any sense though. Maybe. Let's see. No, okay. That's fine.
Let's bust our own door down. Maybe we need to look something over in more detail.
Oh, it might be this section.
It's the master key to every office in the building. To think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. He's sleep kicking.
Ah.
You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns.
It's gumshoe.
Fuck. Wish they had a different color.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love the ones they use at track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everyone always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for a false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place.
Idiot. We love you anyway,
There was
but
something
idiot.
up,
No, it's checkmark.
the bullet, like right on... No. The bullet itself seemed to have something over it. On the side we were on. Huh?
No, it's checkmarked. I might have to look it up because it's been too long. Showed her everything. Talk to him.
And you've checked all the evidence we have that can be checked in greater detail?
Mm-hmm. Specific talk to gumshoe. I keep forgetting that's a thing.
Yes, sir?
And
I'm just a lowly detective, so I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to arrest it. Is that the only talent you have? Oh wait.
I'll look it up. It's been too long for me to remember. I'm not gonna.
We just have to go through the options we have with him because you haven't spoken to him yet.
Well, that's just for, he's not really a witness, so he just says, like, random stuff.
So if we speak to him, it's not going to do anything.
No.
Okay.
Okay, that one. Present. Forget for Portman. Do anything with this. The fuck?
X to deduce, I saw at the top.
Oh. Oh, right. Thank you. Oh, that's the wrong spot. No. It's this one.
I thought that's what you were clicking.
Nope. Forgot.
There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence.
Yeah, it's keeping in mind that deducing shit is a thing in this game now.
I thought that's what you were clicking, and that's what was checking things off.
No. It's just like actually going through the, like clicking A and like looking at it is what checks it off.
Oh.
To say that you've like already read through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just to say you've collected everything.
Yeah.
And this is just going over it and putting it together.
Yep.
If what Miss Bird has... Why do I want to call her bride? If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh? You know you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means what, sir? I almost continued his gumshoe. It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird It's not right. Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? Things to move the door can be moved, or at least the identification of the door. There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these.
Prints on the doorknob.
The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey you, yeah you, pal. So what'd you find out? I guess he just ordered him to take prints.
Yep.
There's no need for such a belligerent nostril flare. For such belligerent...
Belligerent.
I know, I said it right the first time, but then I wanted to go back over it and said belligerent.
Yeah.
Belligerent nostril flaring detective.
Sir, I have found only Mr. Portman's and Mr. Fate's prints on this doorknob.
So, the only two people's prints... So only two people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this doorknob as well. Now then, whose prints should also be on this doorknob?
Maggie Bird.
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... Yes. The door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one.
Portman's data. Portman's office. Updated.
He tricked you into letting you in my room.
Yep.
What have we here?
Tease you later.
I thought they said I won't resist the... I thought he was saying, like, couldn't resist the urge to open that or whatever. I thought it was like, huh, there's a letter.
Two things we're gonna check.
What's this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. Looks like looks like a note from the victim.
I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch you later, buddy.
Yeah, and it's from Mr. for Mr. Portsman.
The other one is this. This I remember, and I was trying to figure out how to get there.
Activate it.
Yeah.
What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey. How about a game? How about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better take note of this. Added to logic.
Investigation complete. Edgeworth.
Right. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat. With the real culprit of this case.
Do you know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth!
As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it! That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me too.
I call bullshit, but okay.
Logic senses.
Right.
I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. Sure.
Alright. Back to the office. Mr. Portman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir. Oh, alright. Let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Looking good. You there. Take good care of this.
Okay.
Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
And a line for you, Portsman. We got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. We know... How would you pronounce that?
Jacques Portman.
Just Jacques?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. Jacques. I don't know how else I imagine that to be spelled. When I see it, it looks strange to me, but I'm like, yeah, it makes sense.
It's written in a French way.
What would the...
We'll say Jacques.
And how would you spell Jacques?
The way it is spelled. Like
Then
the way the game spells it is how it is spelled.
But you said that's the French way. Is there another way?
Well, it would be Jack, but Jack is spelled differently.
That's what I was asking if there was a separate way to...
Oh, yeah, no. Sorry. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own office. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you're wearing on top of... You wear on top of your cowl.
Upon
Your cowl! Fuck you and your Shakespeare bullshit.
Who would have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? Don't you dare speak his name. The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case in 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know?
Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for is explaining yourself. Yes, let's keep this PG. I could tell that you were thinking it as well. I was like, do we or do we not? Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up! Oh, we're children. Just mouths and holes and we're giggling. I get to tell you what to do with that mouth of yours. Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Fucking...
Fuck, alright. Well, aren't we full of ourselves? Even though you haven't yet proved anything.
I have to have a decent amount of light to be full of myself, sir.
I think Ronan killed himself.
I have a brain of a 14-year-old!
Mr. Portman's rebuttal. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but...
I'm bald, I got nothing, bro.
There's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here?
Disguised it as yours,
Look,
bitch.
I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Sorry, but we're not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're bashing your accusation on base... That? There's no H!
I know, man. I'm filling gaps in too everywhere.
I suppose you're basing your accusation on something.
I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on, with evidence.
The rebuttal.
Well, you see, we got evidence.
Objection!
You didn't get this.
Mr. Portsman, there is a large flaw in your logic.
I fucked up.
You done fucked up?
I done fucked up.
How did you done fuck up?
I looked at the wrong thing. Don't mind me.
Fuck.
We're gonna skip this real quick. Because we're gonna have a lot
Fuck,
of
I done fucked up.
wrong evidence. Correct statement, wrong evidence.
Ah.
This one.
Objection!
There we go.
I believe you were able to open my office door. With the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know.
Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Good. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. Like I do all the time. That's what I'm gonna do from now on whenever I need one of your attention. Just be like, shut up. Nat, I need your help over here. Pick up the thing so I can do a dish.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes?
Yeah? Kinda forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know?
But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it?
What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain that it was Mr. Portman's door, sir. I checked the number plate and made sure it was opening the right door, sir.
See, Miss Bird backs up my story.
Yet, what if you had misled her to fool her? To fool her into thinking what you wanted.
And how would you suppose I did that?
By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right. They do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, when you used the other thing,
You then used.
you then used the other thing. One other thing. God's sake, one other thing to give a very strong impression. Reading with ADHD. It's not fun.
You.
That the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think? Yeah, he just decorated my office as his.
At least the front of it.
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir.
It's quite the peculiar fixture in in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to perfectly suit. Let me please hold on.
Sorry.
When I pause, I'm trying to read ahead. So when you try and say you got it, you're interrupting me trying to assess more information.
Fair enough.
I know you're trying to help, but my brain's weird. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a particular prosecutor. Peculiar. Yeah, the consoles get freaking hot, man.
Well, the Switch is not even running that hot. It's just this room is warm.
What's all the equipment and stuff like?
Yeah.
That's very true, sir. There was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door was opening. It had to be Mr. Boardman's.
You good? He's just kicking stuff under your bed. There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit it in front of my office, to be sure. He gets so nervous he burps.
I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture's a little off the racetrack.
Sure, buddy. Conjectures rebuttal.
Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door.
Mine office door?
After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
Your decorations leave something to be desired. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he?
I'm as pure and as innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears.
My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
It's also black. Fuck off.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here, alright? Of all ways to put it.
Mm-hmm. This is where this needs to be.
Objection!
When we do my med increase, I want to see what happens if we stream
This game.
earlier in the day. Like, early in the day. Because it lasts until... I'll have to check how many hours it lasts. But, if we record, or stream, in the time that it's working, I want to see if that helps my reading. Because I haven't sat down and read something aloud while it's in my system yet. But if I can go from kind of micro cleaning here and there to deep cleaning our entire house, imagine what doubling that dose will do.
I think the only time I could do it a little bit early would be 5:30, and that's just because we kind of need to eat before we stream. Just can't go any earlier than that because I work.
You get off work at 3.
Yes.
Do you need to eat immediately after you work, or
I tend to be... It depends on the day, honestly, because sometimes I'm not hungry right away, and other days I want to eat, like, about an hour after I'm done work.
an hour after you're done work? We could do a short stream, like over... well, we could do a short one of these.
Well, if we do it at 3:30, just to give me enough time to kind of set shit up and whatnot, we could do it at 3:30, and then we would do, like, a regular recording where, like, we stop on a saving point.
Yeah.
And then after we would just stop stream and then eat.
Worst case scenario, we get a granola bar or something.
Yeah.
That was a lie.
What are you talking about? How was that a lie?
This is a note from the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
That the victim.
What did I say?
From the victim.
That the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
A note?
It was left under your door. Or did you not notice? Are you alright? You do a blep. He just got up. He's half asleep. And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Shall I explain it in further detail for you? You were busy snooping around my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
Objection!
That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made that girl open your door for me.
We do. Oh, but I do. He sounds more like James from Pokemon. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence.
That's James.
I miss Team Rocket.
No way!
This is proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you.
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints.
My door? What
What for?
Because you're a fucking suspect.
Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time.
You're right. I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints.
Her fingerprints? What would they have to do with anything?
Bitch! Yeah. Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched, you dingus. Further, all of the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? How would you say it? Charade or charade?
I feel like we'd say charade.
That's what most of the European YouTubers I watch say, so I'm gonna go with that for now.
Frumpy, fuck off.
Have you got your feet? We know you. There's a fucking hair stuck to my nose. Okay. What the fuck was that?
Why did the webcam just... Okay. That was my work webcam that fell. I don't know how and what happened there, but
The cat's losing his mind, the dog's blepping at everything, and equipment's just dying. We know you stole into my office with the intent of... Stole into my office? I have not seen that before. With the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective... Faith... Oh yeah, I forgot his name. Detective Faith,
Buddy Faith.
found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave.
Actually, I have an idea what happened with my webcam. Because Frumpy's fucking pulling at the fucking cord, and it pulled it to the point that the webcam fell. Motherfucker, stop!
Bitch!
This bitch.
He's like, you won't pay attention and feed me early? I'll wreck your webcam!
I was thinking, I was like, how did it fall? I'm like, motherfucker's pulling shit! No wonder!
That's the wire.
The fucking Ethernet cable wire. I need to retape that back, like,
Yes.
close. And I had it too, but the thing is he does this, and then at some point he catches the fucking tape and gets it off.
It's been loose multiple times.
I know!
And we have almost died like falling down the stairs. We need to make sure if once we notice it's popped off that there is tape nearby to immediately put it back so we don't forget.
Anyways.
Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith. Silence him. Intense shot. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office.
Yeah?
Why do they always go into a like...
A maniacal laugh.
Yes. And just, what's so funny, pal?
Well, the look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor. And he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already.
And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints. Well, I can readily confess that I wiped that doorknob down well. I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see.
Do not weaponize my disorders, you piece of shit!
And I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the doorknob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there.
Do you have a fucking diagnosis of OCD? Because if you don't, I want to punch you so badly. You made up that just now. You made that up just now, didn't you? Well, he's not gonna tell you if he did, bro.
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like, early evening, for example.
Are you saying you failed to notice a note on your doorway?
In your doorway.
Whatever.
Hey, even geniuses fail at times.
Geniuses don't call themselves geniuses.
Yep,
Well, some do, but they're douchebags.
yeah. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse.
Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
But you can't prove that, can you?
Also, I retract my statement. Some of them are actually diagnosed geniuses in this. Diagnosed. Certified, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it.
Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
I will. After I have a midlife panic. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. I can't prove that he wasn't just being dumb.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner.
You don't say.
Sure, buddy. Portman's alibi. Memory serves. You came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I came down in the criminal affair. I was down in the criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Do you really think it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself.
Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi. Sir. Be right back. Immediate return. I'm sorry. Mr. Edgeworth, sir? I think we're in trouble. It's just like Portsman said. The guys down at Criminal Affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m.
You see?
All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere.
Time to press everything. Roosters came back to himself around 2 a.m.
Hold it!
You are correct. It was around 2 a.m.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time.
I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2.
Oh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay. You came back to your office at 2. What a...
Mm-hmm.
Hold it!
You... Nope, that's you.
It is as you say, however.
Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw?
It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come on. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
Oh well. Doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. Looks like that time down the criminal's office. Oh shit.
Hold it!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you paid the Criminal Affairs Department a visit.
Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony.
And it was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you at around that time.
See? I have the perfect alibi. That's an ace I had up my sleeve.
Fuck. Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi.
What's wrong? Why the sullen look on your face?
Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we've reached the end of the line and it's time to get out of this off this crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle.
The fuck? Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe!
Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic.
It's gonna be his alibi.
There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. The one that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and the one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there is another person who paid a visit to my office tonight.
Two visits in one night.
Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder. So it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun, and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit. Who was the owner of the second gun? Oh, who was the owner of the second gun? If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Whoa! Mr. Portsman, it seems... Gumshoe's ready to have a fucking aneurysm, man.
What a fucking fist fight.
It seems that I need to amend my assumption regarding this case.
Great, you finally come to your senses.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case.
What do you mean?
The person I ran into was just your average thief. Thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my... I'm not used to that. Stole into my office tonight. What do you mean, 2? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice, and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird into... and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know?
If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about.
Grr.
Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. Which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith, who has an adorable kitty face, and I love it. But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed something coming from my office. Noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess.
Oh! Because you were supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out. Correct. And as... Leave the wire alone! You are very distracting, and I'm already distracted by my own brain. It's fine, Nix, don't worry about it. It's the cat. Correct. And as a detective... Yes, it's Edgeworth. I was just making sure that I was reading the correct character.
Yep.
That was the right thing to do.
But then why he came in, but when he came in, he found his own partner standing there.
Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard... Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing.
Oh dear.
This was the moment in which the first shot was fired. The one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left a fake dying message behind.
Gumshoe.
I know. You don't have to. I'm just assessing things.
Yeah.
It's okay. I assure you, when people try and give me more information, I get overloaded.
Fair enough.
You're such a complicated troublemaker. You know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated.
There was another.
Them standing next to each other is strange to me.
Yep.
Visitor, sir? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen zero file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shell's getting messed up twice, and the two bullets. It was all because two different people were doing those things at two different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not in fact Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all.
But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition? Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you can tell... You can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at all at this point.
Don't say that, sir.
I don't. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. The person you met really was just a plain old thief. Then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. An alibi. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but I've already said I was training in my room. And then James came to deliver some evidence to me and I was down at the criminal affair. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
So you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course. There isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions.
I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we?
See, panic?
Shit, it's almost like saying give up won't make them give up.
Right.
I know he's lying. I know he was here, at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it.
Alibi 2.
Hold it!
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faye?
That's because he said he was tired and was going to go take a quick nap.
Same, bro.
You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits.
And what of the evidence he brought?
There were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items. A gun and a pendant.
Interesting. This side view of the exact same thing we see in court, but from the different view.
Yeah.
So bizarre. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks.
He brought me 2 pieces of evidence, a gun and a pendant. That's a lie.
It's supposed to be 3 evidence.
Shut up!
It's supposed to be 3 evidence. Ma! Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is "you fail."
Excuse me?
I don't know. It's some random things the kids say these days. You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me.
What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you.
Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully.
It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes. And this is the victor's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic. I said it. Yeah, I said it right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Carry on.
What did you say?
Arithmetic?
Arithmetic, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Where is the the missing piece of evidence?
It's
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
and bitch mirror. What? Don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
Why? Frumpkin, leave the wire.
Sorry, Nix.
To reassure anyone, the door is closed. My cat is on the other side. She did not throw a pillow at my cat.
I threw it at the door. It bounced off and hit something else.
Next thing I see online.
Fiera_13 abuses animals. Bleh.
No.
I scared the cat, which is what I was planning to do, but I also kind of spooked the dog. I'm sorry, buddy. But it worked, so I can't say shit.
This is all part of the investigation, pal.
Oh, fuck. I was like, right. I was like, oh, right.
All uppercase too, pal. All part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me.
No!
From weenus to penis, we got everything covered. Hey, what's this?
Who?
He had this on him, sir. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally
Yeah.
point to that person himself as the real killer.
More
We're going to
metal
break your teeth.
fighting.
Let's examine. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. Oh my god, did you see that fucking, I don't know if it was a TikTok or whatever. There's this guy who's super pissed about Americans doing, like, stereotypes of Indian people.
Yeah.
And so, he's like, I'm so tired when Americans do these stupid things. They say, why don't you go eat your curry and do that? Like,
Yeah, the head bobbing.
saying all the stereotypes of Indian culture.
Yeah.
But then he goes, like, dude! Puts a hat on. The fuck is up, Kyle?
I saw that. I've
It
seen
fucking
that.
killed me! I was like, yes! It's like, I may do a stereotypical accent for lols in games like this,
Yeah.
but like, he killed it. Just like, Maroon 5 does slap my GM, bro. So good.
Did you read this?
No.
Okay.
For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Drive the last nail into his coffin. Ugh.
Oh, look, there's blood.
There's the blood.
There's the blood.
Ah, that's blood, isn't it?
It's blue.
It's blood. What's it fucking? Charlie, what are we gonna do? I just showed up at the hotel. There's blood everywhere. Huskers covered in blood. Freaking baggies covered in blood. But I guess that's normal once a month. I don't know, man. I need to rewatch Has Been.
Oh god. Yeah.
Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood?
No, you've got it all wrong.
No no amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. Sorry, a blood test. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you'll tell us when and how you received the victim's blood. And how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video?
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Very suspicious. I like the two of them right beside each other with that intensity. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him?
You know very well there was no way to prove that.
Not even... not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Why do you forget that these things exist? We have the technology! We've shown it in front of you! If I had to take a guess, I'd say that... Oh, the lines again. I'd say that the only ones on here who would... I'd say the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
No, impossible.
Don't. Sure. Oh man.
I remember that now. Just that.
Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results... Yeah, and the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
Please stop hitting yourself in the face. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. That is a very well animated bow. I enjoy it.
I know.
Please accept my apologies.
Aw, it's nothing. Really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it's only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If I had been holed up or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to an unlucky person.
Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really... Brain, you can do it, we're almost done. That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he used was forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases of for some really vague reasons.
Oh! That guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession!
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although, we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between me and you, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leads credence to that rumor.
Lens, but...
Hmm?
It said lens.
What did I say?
Leads.
It certainly Lens?
It certainly lends credence to that rumor.
I misheard you. I thought you said lens.
Not like
Yeah.
lens.
I was like, huh?
It lends.
Yes. I just used the incorrect past tense versus.
Yeah.
I see. I would see if I had a better lens. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? Then Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy? He's one of them.
He is a bad guy.
I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. Fuck, man. English to New Yorker is so fucking hard.
Excuse.
Take that!
The person who stole this this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder, who was it? Or what, did that say who it was?
I wonder who it was.
Why do I keep reversing things? Yay, dyslexia. Woo!
Edgeworth. Just to remind you. Sorry.
I know you're trying to help. It's okay. It takes practice. And when that happened, and what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint?
Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
Hi!
Alright.
I don't
sure.
know, man.
I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir.
This card.
It's a calling card.
What is this, sir? Is that a bird or something on there?
I like the design.
It's not just any bird. It's the mark of the raven. Vaxeldan is coming. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about. Yes. It's... I'm gonna do this.
Can do it.
It is the mark of the great thief, Yatagarasu?
Yatagarasu.
Okay.
You had it. It was just a little bit shaky, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, because I had to say it out loud. I had to, what's it, sound it out.
Yeah.
It's Yatagarasu.
Yatagarasu.
Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yakatarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood.
That fucking silhouette.
He is a not Batman. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu, doing Japanese pronunciation with an English accent, fucking, it's so weird. Appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings. Okay, so he's basically just like, I found some shit. This is what's going on.
It's like a whistleblower, but without like the whole point of whistleblower.
He's like
being,
anonymous.
Yeah, he's an anonymous whistleblower.
Yeah. Corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. I'm starting to go into different accents.
Yeah.
'Cause the way he would say it is Yatagarasu, but that sounds wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, the Yatagarasu. It's like, no! Yatagarasu. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. Fucking he'd say Yatagarasu. Like,
Yeah, he would.
there's no fucking way for me to win, because these two bounce off, like, they fucking cancel each other out. But then there's Japanese pronunciation thrown in, and I'm like, the fuck, I can't win! What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen I thought that said fish. It's where he put the stolen fish files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. Organization.
There we go.
I was like, there's a Z there. Sorry, a Z. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. I can't believe just my brain. These words. They're obvious words. I love and hate ADHD so much. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Shut up, stomach. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were... I don't know that one.
Heralded.
Heralded, okay. For they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago.
Yeah, heralded being like it was announced.
Okay.
The end.
Yeah, pretty much any time I do VA stuff, I need to do one accent at a time. It's gonna be like, go through the whole thing as one character, and then go through the entire thing again as the other.
Yeah.
Because, oh my god.
Okay.
That's why there's so many YouTubers I watch, they do stuff like this all the time. But when there's one that does every voice, I'm like, how? Especially when it's that varied. Because like,
Yeah.
we could do them all in similar voices, but that's boring.
Yeah.
But so we want to make the characters pop out as characters, but because they're so different, it's like,
But yeah. So.
shut up, stomach.
But we are done for tonight. Next time it will be episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. So thank you everyone who's been watching the stream tonight. If you enjoyed it, if you have not done so already, you can always follow me on Twitch so you know the next time I pop online. Do you have a YouTube channel for which the previous VODs I've done in the past, including previous Ace Attorney games of the original trilogy. If you want to see any of those, there's a link down below for the YouTube channel for which to see that. And for the people on YouTube who will see this later on, if you want to see the videos live, you can always pop on over to the Twitch channel. Link is in the description of every one of my videos. Blah. If not, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know the next time a new video pops up. Also, he has a Patreon.
I do's.
He is an artist. He is the one that does my banner and my logo.
I can't speak, so I draw.
That is true. That is very true. Yeah, so if you want to support him and see any of his other stuff, you can always do that. There's a link down below for both Twitch and YouTube if you want to see that and support. So, thank you for watching us tonight. Till next time. Bye, guys!